Hello, fabulous entrepreneur. It's Tash Corbin here, and welcome to another episode of the Heart Centered Business Podcast. This is episode number 189, and you can find all the relevant links and show notes over at tashcorbin.com/189. Today, I'm going to share with you the 6 signs that you are ready to launch an online membership. So if that's been something that's on your radar, this is going to be a great episode for you. Let's get started. I'm Tash Corbin, and this is the Heart Centered Business Podcast. Now, I want to say that none of these things are necessarily a requirement in order for you to be able to start a membership, but oh my goodness, you will be so much more successful if you've got these 6 signs. So I thought we would go through them one by one so that you can see where, if you are looking to start a membership in the near future, you might want to focus on filling some gaps in your foundations before you jump into it. And if you are listening along to this and you have all 6 signs going on for you, then it could just be the right next step for you. So, number 1, you have proof of concept. You know that people will pay you for the outcome that your membership is going to deliver, and you know that because people have already paid you for that outcome. So, for example, if you want to create a membership where you help women to A, B, and C, you've already proved the concept that people will pay for that outcome by selling VIP services that help women to A, B, and C. It's a really sexy, really easy and effective way of proving the concept of your membership before you've gone to all the effort and energy and trouble and investment of getting a platform, building the membership, getting all the modules laid out, creating all of the onboarding sequences and all the things that need to happen for you to be able to deliver a membership. You will be able to prove that first by making sales. So if you've already proven that people will pay for the same outcome and they will pay for it, and you've proven it by them actually paying you for it, then that's a great sign that you can then translate that into delivering it in a group program and particularly in a membership. Number 2, you have an online platform, i.e. an existing audience. So I would be focused on getting to the point where you have at least 1,000 people, if not 2,000 people, following you on a social media platform and on a mailing list so that you know when you do launch this membership, you've actually got a ready-made audience of people who are potential clients for it. If when you first launch a membership, your launch also needs to go and find really crazy cold audiences for you, then you are going to be finding that you potentially have a lower conversion rate and your launch may not be as successful. If you've been consistently building your mailing list, you've been consistently growing your following online, then you've got that audience to be able to actually get out there and launch your membership and know that you'll at least get a good dozen or 20 people signing up and joining in that first launch. Now, the third thing I think is a great sign that you're ready for a membership is that you have confidence in your process in delivering the outcome that your membership promises. And this is a particular one for memberships because when people join a membership, the average stay time is 3 months. And usually the reason why people leave a membership within the first 3 months is because 1, they aren't doing the work because it's too overwhelming or they can't get to it or they just don't know where to get started. Or 2, they're doing the work, but it's not delivering the outcome. And so if you have already got that confidence in your process, you know this is the shortest pathway from A to B to C for your ideal client, then that's going to really help you maintain your renewal rates in your membership and stop the 3-month freak out that I see happen for a lot of people who just don't have that process mapped out effectively and haven't really considered that balance between giving people great value and not overwhelming them. So I've worked with a bunch of people who've initially set up a membership, they've launched with quite a good success rate, but 3 months later, they're down to 4 or 5 members because everyone has dropped out. In order to prevent that, you need to have real confidence in your process and you need to have real confidence in streamlining that process to the core steps that people need to take to get to that outcome. So if you've got that confidence, you know you've streamlined it, then you may be ready to pop that into a membership and start delivering one-to-many. Number 4, you've got message clarity and you can craft compelling messages that resonate with a colder audience. It's one thing to be able to speak to your existing audience and have them agree with you, but it's another thing to be able to talk about your work and to connect with colder audiences and bring them into the point where they're ready to purchase very quickly. So one of the ways that I test the ability to be able to have that resonant messaging for colder audiences and have a conversion happening pretty quickly is to first facilitate a webinar where you sell your one-to-one services. Now, what I would be recommending is using a mix of organic and warm audience advertising strategies, as well as paid advertising strategies for those webinars, so that you're bringing in a mix of warm and cold audience members. Then on the webinar, you'll be able to see how many people was I able to convert into purchasing my one-to-one services, and what percentage of conversions are warm audiences versus cold audiences. Something that I've seen over and over again is that people think, I can run a webinar and I can get 5 sales, so therefore I can go into launching something and running ads and getting lots and lots of leads, and then their conversion rates for cold audiences just aren't there. So you want to make sure you've got a bit of confidence in your messaging and your ability to convert cold audiences, and there are some really fun ways of testing that out by making money and making sales before you jump into launching that membership. Okay, number 5 out of 6 signs that you're ready to launch a membership is that you're making sales and you have the cash flow for a launch. Because when you go into the launch process for a membership, for most people, you're going to be focusing on unpaid free lead magnets for a period of time, and then you're going to open cart and sell spots in your membership. And some people might buy, say, a year up front or a chunk of time up front, but a lot of people will be buying on pay by the month. And for example, if selling a VIP package of yours nets you $2,500 to $3,000 and you're launching a membership where the price is $97 a month, then you need to make 30 sales at $97 a month in order to get the equivalent cash flow that you would get from selling one package. So if you're going to leap into selling your one-to-one service, from one-to-one services into selling a membership, you need to be prepared for the potential drop in cash flow that may come during that launch period. Yes, it's going to be growing your baseline income over time, but when you first launch a membership, for a lot of people, it does mean a drop in one-to-one package and VIP sales, because you're not as focused on selling that as you are on focusing on selling your membership. And therefore, if you don't have those sales or that cash flow coming through consistently, that may hurt you and get you into a bit of a panic spiral because you're going to run out of money. So either you want to have a buffer of money set aside so that you can ride out that launch process, or you want to have your baseline income taken care of by VIP clients on payment plans or other forms of income. Then number 6 of the signs that you're ready to launch a membership is that you have time. You have time to launch the membership and you have time to deliver for those membership clients. The first 3 months of your membership is the most critical. I cannot stress that enough. And if you finish your launch and then you've just got to go back to delivering all these VIP sessions for all your one-to-one clients and that you needed to kind of put on hold while you're going through that launch process, then chances are you aren't going to be as present for your membership, and therefore you're going to have those high dropout rates, and dropouts and turnovers are a big income derailer for people who are going into delivering memberships. So have a look at your current schedule, have a look at what's going on in terms of the time that you would be able to commit to this, and if you need to, it could be a good idea to increase the prices of your VIP services first and reduce the number of hours that you have in delivering one-to-one, so that you're freeing up that time not just for the launch but also for delivering great value for your membership as well. Okay, so they are my 6 signs that you might be ready to create and launch a membership. I'd love to know from you what your ahas and questions are in relation to this episode. Come on over to the Heart-Centered Soul-Driven Entrepreneurs Facebook group, use hashtag #PodcastAha, and let us know what your questions and insights are, and that you've been listening to episode number 189. Now, before you go, I also want to let you know about a special free resource that I have if you are ready to create and launch your online course or membership. It's called Create and Launch Your Online Course, and it helps you go through the entire process of course creation, preparing for launch, and launch execution and review, and it's totally free for you. So head on over to the show notes from today's episode at tashcorbin.com/189, and you'll be able to register and grab that resource absolutely free. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. I've been Tash Corbin. You've been a fabulous listener, and until next time, I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye for now. Would you like more tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your heart-centered business? Head to tashcorbin.com today.